So, a hexagonal prism of 25 mm sides of base and 50 mm axis length rests on HP on one of its corners of the base such that the two base edges containing the corner on which it rests make equal inclinations with HP. Draw the projections of the prism when the axis of the prism is inclined to HP at 40 degrees and appears to be inclined to VP at 45 degrees. So this is condition. Since it rests on HP, so obviously we have to start from HP. So when you look from the top view, A, B, C, D, E, F is near to the observer, so it is visible, and which is having a side of 25 mm, and P, Q, R, S is away from the observer, so that becomes invisible. So P, Q, R, S, T, U all are put in brackets just beneath A, B, C, D, E, F respectively. So since O is at the center, when you look from the front view and when you look from the top view, O is visible, so O is visible and O1 becomes invisible. Similarly, when you look from the front view, you can see the height of the prism. The height of the prism is 50 mm, so it is visible. Since base is at the bottom, that means PQRSTU will be at the bottom and ABCDEFA will be at the top, which is at the height of 60 mm from the base. So when you look from the front view, PQRST is near to the observer, so P dash, Q dash, R dash, S dash is visible and T dash and U dash becomes invisible. Similarly, ABCD is visible, so A dash, B dash, C dash, D dash is visible and E dash, F dash becomes invisible. Since O dash is hidden by the edge of BC and O1 dash is hidden by the edge of Q dash, R dash, so automatically O1 dash and O dash becomes invisible in the front view. So you join them with a center line. So A to P which has to be joined, so A dash to P dash is joined, B to B dash to Q dash and C dash to R dash and D dash to S dash all are visible. So the same thing we need to transfer it into the orthographic view. So first you draw an XY line and mark VP and HP. So draw first a hexagon. To draw an hexagon, first you draw a horizontal line since it is resting on HP, corner on HP. So obviously you should have the end point should be a corner. So that is possible only when you place like this. That is, this end is one corner and this end is the other corner, wherein you have AP and wherein you have DS. So first you draw a horizontal line and measure the radius of 25 mm. Consider any point. From there you draw an arc of a circle which is of radius 25 mm. Then when you draw that, so this horizontal line AP will going to cut at DS, which is a horizontal line. So then by using the radius of 25 with A as center, cut an arc on this side to get this point BQ, and also from here to cut an arc on this side to get this point FU. Similarly, with G as center of a radius, consider a radius of 25 and draw an arc on this circumference of the circle to get this point ET, and also on this side to get the point CR. Then join A to B, B to C, C to D, D to E, E to F and F to U with a dark line. And then draw any one of the diagonals here to intersect this horizontal. You are going to get this point O1. Don't dark this, it should be a thin line. So draw a vertical projector from O and O1 dash to the front view. From O1 dash you measure a height of 50 mm. From here you draw this and mark this point and draw a horizontal line, and then project from vertical projector from P and A and vertical projector from BF till here, and vertical projector from CE till here, and vertical projector from D till here. So then join them. So here name them A, B, C, D is near to the observer, so A dash, B dash, C dash, D dash is visible, and E dash and F dash becomes invisible because this is hidden by the edge of the points of B and C. So this point E dash is in bracket, F dash is in bracket. Since the center O is hidden by the edge of BC, so O dash becomes invisible. Similarly, when you look from the front view, PQRS is visible, so P dash, Q dash, R dash, S dash is visible, and T dash and U dash becomes invisible. So since O1 dash is hidden by the edge of QR, so obviously that becomes invisible. So this O1 dash becomes invisible. Now, since A dash, B dash, A dash is a visible point, B dash is a visible point, so visible to visible is visible. B dash is a visible point, Q dash is a visible point, B dash, Q dash, visible to visible is visible. C dash, R dash, visible to visible is visible, and D dash, S dash, visible to visible is visible. Now, since he says the axis is inclined to HP at 40 degrees, so since the axis is parallel to VP, so we are getting the true length here. So since the axis is inclined to HP at 40 degrees, so he has given the true inclination. Now we will go to the second position. Now, in the second, since the axis is inclined to VP, so we are getting the true length here. So the inclination given is a true inclination, and the corner is resting on HP. So the edge containing the corner, which is P dash, Q dash, and P dash, U dash, makes an equal inclination with respect to HP. So it is with respect to HP. This PU and PQ makes equal inclination. Now, so since you consider P dash, and from here you measure an angle of 40 degree in the left direction and mark that point, and similarly in the right direction you make 50 degrees and you draw this. That's the base. So from P dash you join this point and extend it on this side, and from P dash join to this point and extend it on this side. So then measure the distance from P dash to A dash by using the compass at the first position, and P dash you cut an arc on this to get this point A dash. Similarly, you measure the distance from P dash to S dash. From P dash you cut an arc on this side to get this point S dash. Then since you have the same distance here also, from A dash you draw an arc, and similarly measure the distance from S dash to D dash. From S dash you cut an arc on this to get this point D dash. Then join with a dark line A dash to D dash, D dash to S dash to P dash, and P dash to A dash with a dark line. Now we need to transfer the other distances. From P dash, measure the distance from P dash to Q dash. From P dash you cut an arc, you will get this point. Similarly from A dash you cut an arc, you will going to get B dash, F dash, and Q dash, U dash here. Then join them with a dark line. Then measure the length from P dash to O1 dash, and transfer this distance on the P dash S dash line, and also from A dash you transfer this line to here. So join this as a center line and mark this as O1 dash, and mark this as O dash. Similarly, measure the distance from P dash to R dash and transfer from P dash to R dash on P dash S dash line, and similarly A dash to C dash E dash. Then join them with a dark line with C dash R dash. So this is how we will be able to complete the second position front view by transferring all these distances from here to this only by rotating an angle of 40 degrees with respect to the XY line. Now we need to write the top view. So draw a vertical projector from A dash and draw a horizontal projector from A to get this point A. Draw a vertical projector from B dash, F dash, and draw a horizontal projector from B and F to get this point BF here. Similarly, draw a vertical projector from O dash and draw a horizontal projector from O to get this point O. And draw a vertical projector from C dash, E dash, and draw a horizontal projector from C and also from E to intersect at C and E. And draw a vertical projector from D dash and draw a horizontal projector from D to intersect at this point D. Similarly, draw a vertical projector from P dash and draw a horizontal projector from P to get this point P here. Similarly, draw a vertical projector from Q dash, U dash, and draw a horizontal projector from Q and U to intersect at Q and U. And draw a vertical projector from O1 dash and draw a horizontal projector from O1 to intersect at O1. Similarly, draw a vertical projector from R dash, T dash, and draw a horizontal projector from R and T to intersect at R and T. draw a vertical projector from S dash and draw a horizontal projector from S to intersect at S now. So name them A to B, C, D, E, F and O. Similarly P, Q, R, S, T, U and O1. Then join them A to B, B to C, C to D, D to E, E to F and F to A. And similarly P to Q, Q to R, R to S, S to T, T to U and U to P. Then join A to P, then B to Q, C to R, D to S, E to T and F to U with a continuous thin line. Then now we will going to apply the condition of visibility. So all the exterior edges of the boundaries of the solids are visible since AB, BR, RS, ST, TF and FA are on the exterior edges of the boundaries of the solids, so it becomes visible. When you look from the top view, A, B, C, D, E, F is near to the observer, so join between CD and DE with a dark line because that is visible. So when you look from the top view, A, B, C, D, E, F, E it becomes visible, so which near to the observer, so that becomes visible. Now an edge, since edge or a corner which is on XY line in the front view is always edge or a corner which is on the XY line in the front view is always invisible in the top view. So P is the edge. See, P is the point which is the corner point which is resting on HP, so obviously that becomes invisible. So naturally PQ and PU becomes invisible, and from P, since PQ and PU becomes invisible, so AP also becomes invisible, so you would not mark them. So then it will be invisible from only D to A because DS and AP will going to lie on the same plane. So since ABCD EF is visible, so O becomes visible. Since the portion of PQ and PU is invisible, therefore O1 becomes invisible. So this is how we will be able to get the second position top view when the axis is inclined to HP at 40 degrees. Since the axis is inclined at 40 degrees, so then the axis now in the top view we will going to get the apparent length.